Okay, hi everybody. I'm Maddie,
I'm Casey.
and we are Vacations by Casey. Today we're talking about Disney Cruise Line tips, and this is our very first video, so bear with us. We are not experts at this.
Yeah, but what we are experts on is helping people with Disney vacations. We are both travel agents, so we do both book people's vacations with Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Experiences, SeaWorld, and as well Disney Cruise Line. Hence why we're going to talk about Disney Cruise Line today. Um, we do offer our services for free. You guys do not pay anything at all to us. Disney pays the commission, so it's a free service for you all. Reach out to us. We will have all the information below in the bio information and stuff for reaching out to us about a Disney vacation. As well as with Disney Cruise Line, we do offer a up to $500 onboard shipboard credit. Based off of how much you guys spend on the cruise for the cruise. And then lastly, we do want to introduce Louie. He is now sitting on my lap. This is our little Poochon. So if he is barking, crying, or anything in the video, we do apologize, but hopefully he will just sit.
He really wanted to be a part of the video, obviously.
Yeah, he wants to share all of his Disney cruise tips, even though he has not been on one.
Okay, so let's get into it. So, Casey wrote 5 tips. I wrote my 5 tips. We don't know each other's 5 tips, and we are curious to see if we have the same ones or different ones. I'll go ahead and start.
Sure.
And honestly, this was kind of hard for me because there's really not a lot of tips that come along with Disney Cruise Line because that's the point of the cruise is that you just have to book it and show up and enjoy. There's really not a lot of that you can mess up is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But
As long as you have your passport.
yes, that I guess that would be the worst thing that could happen. Okay, so my first tip is if you're driving your car to the port,
Ooh.
so these are probably for people who are maybe road tripping down or local to Florida or wherever your cruise destination is. That's not, yeah,
Where you came from.
where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving your car. You can drop your bags off first with who are those people called that you drop the bags off with?
Um, they're kind of like ballet bellman
Yeah,
people. I don't know what the Disney Cruise Line technical term is, but
yeah, you can drop off your bags off first, and then you can park in the parking garage or ramp. This was something on our very first cruise we did not do. We just went straight to the parking garage, and it was fine because it was just the two of us. We didn't have a ton of luggage. But like if you're traveling in a big group or maybe with kids and you have a ton of bags, that's something really important to know that you can just drop it off all first so you're not hauling everything from the parking
yeah,
garage.
yeah. I would add on to that. Every terminal is different. Some of them they do almost force you to drop them off,
Mm-hmm.
but we went out of Miami that time, and yeah, it was definitely we definitely forgot. We did not drop the bags
Mm-hmm.
off, but yeah, it was totally okay. We've got it figured out and stuff. With that, just 2 cents on it. Just remember to tip them.
Oh, sure.
Those people do work off tips, so just make sure to give them a little something.
Mm-hmm.
$5, 10, 20 if
Mm-hmm.
you can afford it.
Yeah.
Just
Depending on how many
hmm
bags you have,
yeah,
probably.
yeah, and they'll get them on the ship and everything. They'll tag them and stuff. Our first time we didn't have the tags that Disney Cruise Line sent over until after we got back because we booked ours 10 days before the cruise that time. And so they had their own tags. They wrote our room number and everything. And they showed up. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
then you
they
just,
take them right to your room for you. I guess the other tip that would go with that is if there's anything important that you need between the time you drop your bag off to when they take it to your room, like medications, phone chargers, maybe a swimsuit if you're ready to get into the pool, you might want to pack that into a separate bag that you keep with you.
yes, for sure. Um, okay, perfect. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah, do you
Okay.
want to do yours next?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go mine. We'll just bounce back and forth.
Okay.
We'll do that. My first one is do the online check in early. When it comes to those 30 days beforehand, do it that day. If you're not crazy like us and do it at midnight or I guess Eastern time midnight, that's okay. Just do it that first day. It helps you to be able to get a better port arrival time so that you can arrive to the port earlier. as well as to get an earlier boarding group, unless you are obviously Pearl, Platinum, Concierge. Those guys will always get boarding group 1 and 2. Or if you go directly through Disney for Disney Cruise Line transportation, that also affects it. But for most people, booking early just helps you to be able to get that, because you want to spend as much time as you want on the cruise. You don't want to have to be waiting more hours than you need to not being on the ship.
Exactly. And as travel agents, we can help talk you through that process
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Booking.
For sure. Yeah, we won't do it for you. That is personal documents. We don't need to have your passport and all that stuff. But we will guide you through it and to be able to assist you. So you guys will be pros when it comes to getting that taken care of.
It's a simple process.
It's easy. It's very easy. But yeah, you want to do the next one?
Okay, my next is, that was actually my next tip was what you just
Online
said. Yep,
check-in?
I had the earlier you check and the earlier boarding group you'll have. So we are on the same wavelength.
There we go.
Should I do my next one then, or do you want to jump to
I'll
yours?
go to the next one there, so I don't do 2 at the end. My next one, hopefully you don't have this one too. Not to quote Zootopia, but is to try everything, specifically in regards to food. When you are on the cruise, your food is included, no matter how much food you order outside of adult dining and some of the lounges. It is free. Order as much as you want. It is not costing you any extra. When you go to the main dining, if you want 2 appetizers, get 2 appetizers. If you want both soups, both salads, 3 entrees, get all 3 entrees. They don't care. They're going to bring it to you. If you want to try every single dessert, which is something we want to do on our next cruise because we have not done this very well, get all the desserts.
Especially if you're at a big group of people, like get all the desserts, sample all of them. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and even with that as well, don't starve yourself before dinner so that you are hungry for dinner. If you're hungry, just go get some pizza on the pool deck. Go get something, like we said, if you don't finish your food on main dining, who cares? It's you paid for it. We all paid for the cruise and everything, and obviously don't order everything if you're not even going to touch it. Right. That's just rude. But if you're going to take some bites, do it. Try it. That's the whole point.
Or if you don't like something, order something different. They want you to enjoy your meal. And at the end of your cruise, when you're filling out your surveys, if you say you don't like the food, that actually negatively impacts your servers, not the cookings. Correct. The kitchen staff.
Yes, it does. So definitely on those scorecards at the end, please give 10s so that it goes to your server. Your serving team is wonderful and they work so hard. So please make sure to give them the gratitude they deserve.
Yeah. Okay, it's my turn next, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so there are 2 dining times, 5:15 and 8:15.
5:15, 5:45.
Yeah.
5:15.
Something like that. We never do the early dining.
We will change it. We will put it in the video that says the correct time for you guys.
There's early dining around the 5 o'clock hour, and then there's late dining at 8:15. We know that one because we always do the late one.
We've only ever done late dining, so we're a little unsure, and we don't have kids, so we don't really deal with the early dining.
So my tip is that the 8:15 dinner is usually less crowded and has less families. So if you are traveling as adults without kids, I would recommend that dining. Also, it saves spaces for the people who do have kids that need that early dining so they can have a good bedtime. It saves them space because a lot of people want to be in early dining. Or if you have kids that are maybe a little older, you can stay up later, maybe pick the 8:15 dining. But definitely eat a snack before you go. Again, that's something I struggled with, was I would wait until dinner and then be really hungry. So there's lots of food on the ship. Take advantage of it.
Oh, for sure. And put a little plug in back into using a travel agent. That's one of the perks, is that if you don't get late dining or you don't get early dining and you wanted the other one, we would be the ones calling Disney Cruise Line to see if we can be able to get that for you. And we will call and keep checking all the way up to the day of your cruise. Once you get on the ship, there is a way to be able to see if you can change it. Depending on which cruise ship you go on, it's going to tell you where that is. You can change dining times, try to get adult dining reservations, all that stuff. So one of the perks of using a travel agent is we will do a lot of that background behind the scenes work for you, so you don't have to keep calling them, because those Disney Cruise Line lines can be long.
Or some people say if you do the later dining, it makes your whole day feel longer, if you get what I'm saying. Because if you sleep in a little bit, 5 p.m. kind of comes up really quick, and you have to quick maybe shower, get ready for dinner after you're coming back from the pool or an excursion. So that's another reason why we do like the late dining.
No, for sure. Perfect. Okay, I will do my next one, and that is to enjoy your stateroom. Um, you paid for your stateroom, you should enjoy it. It is just a place to sleep. For a lot of people, that's how it is. We kind of view it that way. We usually do inside staterooms because we're rarely in the room, but we do like to spend a few hours on a night watching a movie. We like to order room service. We have had a veranda before, so we do like to go and sit on the veranda, but just enjoy your stateroom. It is a beautiful stateroom. They have so many nice amenities. Their room service menu is great. It's fantastic, completely included with your vacation. They've got cookies, desserts. You can actually order Mickey ice cream bars. It's not on that menu, but you can do it. Pizzas, chicken fingers, buffalo wings.
And it's 24 hours, right?
It is 24 hours except for the last night. They will end it at like 2 a.m. because they have to get ready for everyone coming on the ship. But definitely utilize your room. It's beautiful. You should use it. And they have so many movies that you can be able to use. It's not as great as Disney Plus, but it's pretty close. I mean, before Disney Plus, it was the Disney Plus. So
yeah. Okay, should I go with my next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this one is, in my opinion, sit-down breakfast is less hectic than going to Cabanas or Marceline Market for breakfast. Casey and I love going to the dining room, wherever breakfast is being served that day, and eating there as like a formal sit-down breakfast versus the buffet. But we didn't even say this. We're going on the Treasure in September. We are very, very excited. And something I actually did say to Casey was that I want to try Marceline Market for breakfast a couple of times. But the times that we have done the buffet before, it's just a lot of people all at once trying to eat, get food for kids, and
it's a lot more families are up there because it's easier. Kids don't have to sit down and stuff. You don't have to wait for the food. You can just grab it, get them something to eat, which we understand. Kids, when they're hungry and they need something to eat, they gotta eat. But
so if you're looking for a slower pace, and a little bit quieter, I would recommend going to the dining room. And it's not even, the food still comes very quickly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think the longest we've ever waited is like waited, ate, and left, maybe 30, 40 minutes tops. Like it's still pretty fast. And it has a lot more of those higher end food. They have Eggs Benedict at Marceline Market or Cabanas, but this one's a lot more fresh. Different kind of hashes. Chocolate chip pancakes.
Somebody's usually coming around with a cart of pastries.
Oh yes, yep. So yeah, and as well, especially when it comes to the Wish, Treasure, soon to be Destiny, and whatever this fourth ship is going to be, and technically the fifth one from Japan. I assume they're going to use 1923. You can see the restaurant. 1923 is one of those restaurants where there is so many different artworks, concept art, sculptures, all that stuff, and breakfast is an easy way to be able to see that without the chaos of dinner.
Yeah, because a lot less people are in the dining room at breakfast time, so you can take your time walking through and really looking at all of the details.
Especially because when you do get your dining rotation, you usually are just on one side. There's the Roy side and the Walt side. We've been Roy side And then for breakfast, we were able to go sit at the Walt sides. We were actually able to see it because they have different stuff on both sides. So it made it nice so you can be able to utilize both sides, even though they're basically the exact same, just the concept art is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try, like Casey was saying earlier, try everything. Try the buffet, but also try the sit down meals, not just for dinner.
Perfect. Okay, my next one, and this is if you're that kind of person, if you like merchandise and you go on a Disney cruise and your first thought is, I really want to see what they are going to sell, I have 2 tips with this one. First one, get there early to buy the merchandise. There are a lot of things that sell out. They only have a certain amount of sizes on that ship. And when they sell out, they sell out. They're not refilling on your cruise. Is done. We have not experienced anything that we have wanted to buy that hasn't been available, but we have heard of stories. Even on our ship, we've heard of people saying it, but we didn't obviously want the merchandise.
Our last cruise was on the Wish in 2023, and it was a Halloween on the High Seas cruise, so there was special merchandise, and people were lined up, and we were too. But then we had to leave because we didn't want to miss the show. So we came back, and our stuff was still available. Another thing is, though, with that is the merchandise shops can only be open when you're out at sea.
That was going to be my next point about it. Yeah,
well,
keep
I'll
going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So whenever you're in port, even in the States, they're closed. So you can't go shopping immediately when you get on board. You have to wait until they sail away.
Yeah. Whatever laws that go with that, normally it's around like 5 or 6 p.m. on that first day is when they open up. So about that probably every day when you're at port. But when you're at day at sea, have at it.
Yep.
They will sell and sell and sell. So yeah.
Okay, this is mine. I said bring big water bottles to fill up for your room. So another great reason why you should pick Disney over other cruise lines is sodas, lemonade, coffees, water, all the drinks except for alcoholic drinks are included in the price of your cruise. With that being said, we love bringing big like water bottles to fill up on the pool deck where all those drinks are, and then you can take it back to your room.
Yeah. If you don't want to do that, you can purchase water bottles in advance. They will have them in your room. But if you're like us and you want to try to save money, just bring a big water bottle, fill it up, and then the reason why it's nice to have a big water bottle, not just a small one, is to fill up water. There's really only like 2 or 4 locations, depending on if Marceline Market is open or Cabanas is open, is at the soda refill stations. So that can be a little frustrating because that's always on the pool deck, but that's why you get a big one.
I know.
So you don't have to keep going back.
My goal for this next cruise is not to be dehydrated. I feel like I always somehow end up dehydrated on the cruise because,
Yeah, I got heat exhaustion 2 cruises ago, so it was bad.
Because we're not drinking enough.
Nope. Drink your water, especially at Castaway. Please don't be like me. Okay, so I guess this is going to be the last one. And this one is very specific to Castaway Cay. My tip is to wake up early to go to Castaway Cay so that you can meet characters. When you go to Castaway Cay, the characters usually only are meeting until about noon. Like they go back pretty early. And with that, they are along the walking trail. If you take the tram over to Castaway, to the Pelican Beach or to Serenity Bay, you're going to miss a lot of the characters. So if that is something that you want to do, is see the characters at Castaway, you need to walk and you need to get there pretty early so that you can be able to utilize that. We're not that kind of people. We're not very, we don't like to meet characters too much. But our very first cruise, I do remember being like, where are all the characters? I saw all these videos about characters meeting, and it's because we took the tram. So you can walk, do it. You'll see a lot of characters, especially at like Mount Rushmore, or towards the front of where the trams meet and such. So
yeah, that's a good tip. I didn't even think of that. So
I was trying to think of very, very specific Disney cruise line tips, and it just kind of came.
Well, I think that's all. Maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll probably do it. We'll do a part 2. and everything. But just to close out, again, we do want to ask you to subscribe, like, comment on this video. Again, this is our first video. If you like us, please do that, so that we can be able to continue to do this. We'll still keep doing it, even if you guys aren't watching. It's fun for us. It helps us. It gets us to talk about Disney because we love to talk about it. And again, if you do want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, we do post videos pretty frequently about other Disney trips and such that we have gone on, or different other tips. Vacations by Casey is going to be the username for both TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And again, if you do want any assistance with booking your next Disney, Universal, SeaWorld vacation, any of those, please reach out to us. We will put the email below. We have a Google form that you can also fill out. We'd love to be able to help you guys. And again, it is free. Disney pays the commission. You guys don't pay anything. We will do the work for you. So you guys can just enjoy, let us plan your vacation, and so that you guys can have the most magical time at Disney, especially Disney Cruise Line. Perfect.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.